Hi guys, my name is Antonio Aguilera, and as Eric's told you, we are WG Drones. We started as a regular trainee in Latvia. I went to Latvia about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, to get trained on the tools and the workflow to create drone show software, drone shows. And basically, what we do is that we evolve to train more entrepreneurs here in our region to become a drone show provider. So moving forward, what we have is the vision that we have of this business is that this drone show software industry, it's based on three pillars. It's basically the hardware, the objects that is flying, that it's as Eric mentioned, it's a specialized drone, an LED drone that has pretty much the same requirements that you have for standard drones with RTK. You need precision on that. So the hardware is the first pillar, and how do you connect these to the rest of the ecosystem is very important to comply with a lot of specifications that DSS has provided towards this process. So the second pillar is DSS, is the swarming ground station and the drone firmware itself. So the piece of software that runs on the drone, that it's able to connect to the ground station to be able to coordinate all the missions and create all these visualizations or objects in the sky, modeling, and whatever you decide to perform on the sky. And for us, the third pillar on this ecosystem is the content creation and the creative part, the artistic part. And of course, is one of the most important parts because basically that's what the people enjoys when they see your show. So based on these three principles, let's start in the first one, that is the hardware. The hardware, there's a big challenge delivering hardware internationally. The main problem that we have experienced during this season is, of course, COVID. The CPUs and the rest of the components that are required to deliver this piece of hardware on any other country has been triplicated. I mean, those troubles has been exponentially growth. But bottom line, this is starting to settle. There's a specific bill of materials that you can get access to create these new these drones and deliver to your potential customers. But the bottom line, what we want to do as a hardware ecosystem is to enable people to be serviced in a local base. So what it means is that we want to rely on people in every specific territory to be able to provide services like maintenance and repair, Q&A, and those kind of things in their own language, in their own territory. These drones are very hands-on, of course, as any other fleet that you guys are already familiar with. But you need to be on top of your drones to be able to perform safe during the weekends or during your shows. And for that purpose, what we see is that the main problem that we experience is deliver that service. So what we thought as a model is that we won't white label any of the parts of the drone. So there are some specific parts that are made to comply with the size of the drone, the performance, and those kind of things. There's a bill of materials. But what we do is that we won't put our brand or any other brand in the parts that are not manufactured or designed by us. So in other words, you can go to the market to get that out of the shelf in any of the suppliers for repairs, maintenance, spare parts, and stuff like that. So what we see in the future is a vibrant community that can help to deliver this quality service to the customers. So not only the community based on the people that provide these maintenance services and stuff, it's also the people that own drones and can mix fleets and share fleets to perform large scale shows. So what we've seen so far is that the size of the volume of the people that has small fleets, let's say less than 100 drones, it's way more than the people that has actually thousands of drones. But that doesn't mean that it cannot collaborate in between each other. So the hardware idea that we have behind of proposal is that there won't be any closure or any type. So people can be able to mix their fleets as long as they have the same kind of principle or the same kind of bill of material. So that's the ecosystem we want to create with this hardware. As it's being already said, DSS, it's a swarming ground station drone firmware. Basically, DSS, it's very reliable and scalable ecosystem. So that meaning that it's the same if you want to service a small fleet of 20 drones, 5 drones, 6 drones, whatever you have. And it's the same kind of workflow and process to get up to thousands of drones. Of course, there's some specific challenges to tackle: connections, infrastructure, Wi-Fi antennas, telemetry 2 radios, and those kind of things that are part of the bread and butter of becoming or performing a show outdoors. But of course, all the tools are there to be successful on those specific high-tier drone shows. What we, and I know that is the same strategy the drone show software is doing, is basically have evangelists in the specific territories and have these diverse language and cultural local scope of the customers. Because what we've seen is also is that many of the customers we have trained already, they don't have the same kind of perspective of the show itself or the cultural part of what they want to explain and what they want to show during the events. So that helps a lot to get that local side of these partners. So, well, so what we also seen so far is that for us as a reseller, I can tell you more stories about how do we become a trainer, because we train. So we have trained so far 5 teams, some in Mexico, some in Spain, and some others from Chile. And what we have seen so far is that these companies, these teams that want to become drone show providers, they really appreciated this closeness of getting their own language and getting these processes and workflows explained. So it helps a lot with tackle these barriers of at least the language barrier, and to be able to present and to perform those shows presential, I mean on site. It's also very crucial for them to understand how to perform. So that's what we have seen so far with these 5 companies we have trained so far. And also very important for us is that we have seen a lot of feedback from hardware and firmware and the software itself. So in order to become more, let's say, to evolve these tools to be better, that feedback from the community is crucial. So for us, it's very important that the people that is doing these training sessions, they can give back to the community to tell how we can do it better. So that's so far what we have been doing, and bottom line, it's working really well. A ready-to-fly drone, it's basically a fully assembled drone that you can just plug to the platform. It's already programmed and test flight with this DSS firmware on it. And there's a lot of like characteristics and specifications on the drone that we can list, of course, but they will become too technical to talk about right now. But bottom line, what it is that we comply with every single aspect of the DSS specification. And well, the hardware that you will get if you get ready to fly drones, it can be just what you can source in a local base. So it doesn't mean that you need to buy the drones and the accessories as well. You can get the drones and you can buy the telemetry radio, the UPS, the PoE switch, and all the Wi-Fi infrastructure in a local source. As long as they comply with the specifications, I think that it's going to be safe enough for you guys to deploy those. Of course, we can provide that as well, but it's part of the first step that you don't want to deal with any of those hardware related problems. So I think that's pretty much what I had. I know that I don't know how many minutes that I took. I probably talked too fast, but the thing is that the people that can help you in our organization, I mean, of course, if you have any question, you can reach out to me directly. Any technical and details will be addressed by me, but Javier can help you with all the commercial side. And as Eric's already covered as well, that part, basically what we envision is that if you want to become a drone partner in our end, also a trainer in DSS and those kind of things, the first step will become a small fleet owner. So you can get a glimpse of what exactly this business is about, and you get this curve tackle on learning how to fly, so you can teach other companies to do the same.